Welcome back. Women are storytellers, and as they age, they're often the ones passing down the stories about themselves and their families. In tonight's Storytellers, 9 News reporter Rachel Krause takes us to a senior living community where the women's stories were so impressive, they inspired a documentary.
On International Women's Day in 1951, and I was born to two of probably the few people in the country who actually knew it was International Women's Day.
Over at Frasier Senior Living Community in Boulder,
Yeah.
women like Carol Gerlitz are sharing their stories.
After my first husband and I split, and I had 3 little boys to take care of, and I realized that I'd better get busy or they weren't going to have a chance. So I went back to school at age 32.
That meant calculus and chemistry, classes she was up to, even after a professor told her she couldn't.
And when the guy told me I can't do the math, it's like, well, I know I can.
And she did. Carol got her master's in geology, taking a job as the National Database Coordinator for a hazardous waste risk assessment project for the U.S. Geological Survey, later moving to NOAA, all at a time where female geologists were rare.
No. No, not very many at all.
Jennifer Boland remembers the limitations society placed on women, seeing it firsthand after graduating CU, taking a job in a bank.
At that time, the best job a woman could have in this bank was as the head teller. And the head teller who trained me was so much smarter and knew so much more than many of the men that she worked for and that I worked for. It was startling.
So Boland moved home to Hawaii, working in the welfare department.
And I would go downtown to this poor area of Honolulu and into rooming houses. Now I think, what on earth was I doing all by myself?
Jennifer and Carol were 2 of many women Nikki Seagriff interviewed for a documentary about the ladies living at Frasier. Their stories surprising and inspiring.
I like to think I know the residents pretty well, but I was definitely surprised by some of the stories and impressed.
Stories worth sharing.
Being a woman and having experienced things that they experienced, this one in particular had a special place in my heart.
The women tell me they are so proud to share their stories in hopes of encouraging other women to support one another, to try new things, and instead of thinking I can't, to start thinking how you can.
Yeah, that generation walked so we could run. You know, it's really cool to hear them talk about how hard they fought for these careers. And I think now, boy, like their daughters, their daughters' daughters, totally different environment.
Absolutely. I think they were really proud to be able to break a lot of these barriers because they knew how hard it was for women at that time, and to see some changes happening now, some changes still not happening, but it's made a real difference.
Well, Rachel, thank you for sharing their story.